Hello, hello. Katrina Cobb here, your favorite digital nomad business coaching consultant. And this week I want to talk a little bit about blind spots and specifically how the all or nothing mentality can actually create the symptom of inconsistent income and the feast and famine cycle, and taking a look at how that blind spot can be averted in two different ways. So, two ways I see the all or nothing mindset kind of hurting you in business. The first one has to do with sales, and specifically with the offers that you're coming to the table with. What I've seen a few times now in chatting with freelancers and independent coaches and consultants is they have one signature offer, and it's a all or nothing big ticket item, and they're trying to go from 0 to 60 in a sales call, and they're getting frustrated. Partly because they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves to make this big sale every single time they're on the phone, because that's what they have to offer. Now, I know that in many instances, actually having one offer to focus on and to specialize in is a good thing, and it can give you a lot of clarity and focus. But where I see this being a problem is if we haven't built a system that's warming people up and really making sure people are ready for that offer before we talk to them. So this is where rethinking how your business is structured, what the model is, what the offers are, and do we need to have smaller pieces to move them forward? Do we need to flip it to maybe one big thing, one big package, but it's a recurring or a payment system where you actually start to build up recurring revenue and a little bit of stability? That's one quick flip that you can make so that you can get out of the all or nothing sales mentality, because it's so frustrating to see somebody go into a sales appointment and what they have is too big and they're not quite ready yet for this thing, and then they end up with nothing. So swinging for home runs every time, it's tough. It's tough. Can you get good at it? Probably, with a lot of practice, and it's really getting clear that you're talking to the right people and like working on the process before that. But I think one easier switch is to look at what are you offering. Could we make something more bite-sized? Could we turn something into a payment plan instead of like one huge chunk that people can actually then say yes to easier? So on the sales side, that's one place I see the all or nothing mindset causing a bit of a blind spot and a bit of a frustration with the income. The other piece of it has to do with your marketing activities. So many folks, when they're marketing, it's because they're hungry, they need clients, they're like totally committed to going and getting clients. They're all in on marketing all day, every day, until they get some clients. What do? They stop marketing completely. They work with their clients, they're busy, they're happy, and then their current projects or commitments end and they're back to nothing. And they have to flip the switch again to go all in on marketing. So it's on, off, up, down, cash stress, like that's that awful roller coaster that so many people have experienced at some point, because what they didn't do was build an evergreen marketing system that's going to run all the time. Not necessarily with terms of automations, but there are activities that you're going to want to be doing day in and day out, even when you have clients, so that you're always building up a list of prospects to talk to and getting the next sale lined up. So that can look like networking, that can look like nurturing a list, that can look like list building, that can look like a lot of different things in terms of whatever you're doing or how you're building your business or what your industry is. But the key is, even when you're busy, you've got to keep marketing consistent. Marketing activities need to be a staple and not just an on or off switch in your business depending on when you need something, right? It's great to be in a place where you're busy, but that doesn't mean that you get let off the hook and don't have to do any marketing. So all or nothing mindset, while I'm a fan of being fully committed, I think it can create those blind spots on the front end that are causing the problem of inconsistent income. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you something different to think about. If you want to talk more about it specifically in your instance, hit me up, and otherwise I'll be back next week with some more fun tips.